everyone, welcome back. Today I'm testing out some Primark or some Penneys beauty products. Sometimes Primark can really be on the ball and they can have some amazing quality products, and sometimes they're not so good. So I'm going to test out a couple of different products, let you know my thoughts on them. Hopefully they work out and hopefully I can save you a couple of euros or a couple of pounds with some cheaper alternatives to some high-end brands. They didn't have everything that I wanted, and some products they didn't have in the shades that I wanted either, and that seems to be a big thing from a lot of the full face of Primark videos that I've watched. So I just picked up whatever I kind of thought would be similar colour, but I have no idea what the foundation or anything is going to look like, so bear with me and we'll try our best to match it up. So I'm going to start off with this mattifying primer that I picked up from Penneys. It says Prep and Perfect absorbs excess oil, minimises visible pores, lightweight texture for oily and normal / combination skin. So that's my skin type, normal to oily. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of this. So basically it's sealed with a little thing of foil, because have you ever gone into Penneys or Primark and you go to look at the product and it's literally been mauled? There's finger marks, it's been touched by all kinds of different people, and it just freaks me out because I know how unhygienic that is. So that's good. So I'm just going to apply this using a little fluffy brush to all over my face. I don't know if I like the feel of that straight away. Maybe it just needs a minute to set. It feels very silky on the skin. It feels very silicone-y, and I actually don't like that feeling on my skin because I just know that those products just make my foundation slide off. Less is more with this product, and possibly best to apply with your fingers as opposed to a brush. I actually think that has visibly reduced my pores. I don't know if it's showing up on camera. Like, it's not covering any of this breakout, but it definitely does look smoother and it looks a little bit more flawless. Okay, so I think I like the appearance of the product. I didn't like how it felt in the beginning. Okay, so I've applied the primer and I'm now going to go into the foundation. So I picked up shade 2, which is warm beige, from the PS Pro Longwear Mineralized foundation. This looks like it's so not my skin colour, but it was the lightest one there. Just apply it with the brush and see. Okay, so I can already tell you I don't like this foundation. It feels cheap on the skin. Cheap is not the right word. I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for. Basically, you can buy cheaper foundations and they can be really excellent and give you excellent coverage and they feel nice on the skin. This one is what you'd expect a Penneys foundation to be like, I suppose. I'll apply it to the rest of my face and we'll go in with the contour palette. Okay, so I've applied that foundation and I've been kind of patting it down, trying to get it to just dry down a little bit and mattify, but look how shiny I am. I look like I've been melted. Okay, I'm going to go in with my contour palette. This one says Master Contouring Palette. I couldn't actually find a loose translucent powder or a powder that looked like it would be my skin colour. They were all a little bit too dark. So I just figured I'd use this to set down the makeup. And there's some creams in here as well. So I'll cream highlight and contour. Okay, so I'm going to go into this light cream. Okay, so it's quite highly pigmented and it blends really well, but how can it not blend well when it basically has a swimming pool of oily foundation underneath it? Would you guys even be able to tell that I used a mattifying primer? I am so oily. I feel like very stressed out. I hate my skin feeling like this. Any oily skinned lady is going to know exactly what I mean when you get that nearly wet feeling on your skin. I hate it. Okay, I'm going to contour now and I'm going to stop being a prima donna and we're going to set it with powder in a second. This palette looks exactly like the Sosu palette. Let me actually just get it and we'll have a look. That's the Penneys one on the bottom and that's the Sosumi one on the top. It's literally a copy of it. They're smaller. This one was €30 and this one was €8. Literally even down to the highlight shade. Even down to the powders, they look the exact same. Okay, so the ingredients are not in the exact same order on the back of these, but they do contain a lot of the same ingredients. So I don't think they're exactly the same, but I think they are very similar. Okay, so I'm going to contour now with the darker shade. It's really nice. It's actually a nice contour palette. The foundation is just stressing me out. I hate it. Actually doesn't feel like, the pigment payoff is really good. That's actually one swipe of the product and that's how much it's come out of my skin. So I'm going to use that light shade from in here and I'm going to set all of kind of my T-zone, and oh, it's very powdery. You see all that? A lot of kick up with that product. It's brightening up that under eye area a little bit more. As opposed to being more translucent, it's definitely got a little bit of pigment through it. That looks a lot better. In person, it doesn't look as nice as I think it looks on camera. My skin still looks textured, but I've been using the Laura Mercier translucent powder, which is literally like having a filter on your face. So obviously the Penneys one is not going to be the same quality as the Laura Mercier one, so it's not going to be as flawless looking. That's actually not a bad shade. When it first went onto the foundation though, it literally clung to that sticky oily foundation, so you might need to powder a little bit first if you're not 100% confident with your blending. But once you blend and you get in with your brush, it does blend out and it blends out quite nicely, so don't panic if that happens to you. Okay, so I finished off my contour off camera. It's looking a little bit muddy I think on this side. But the more I'm working this product, it's starting to actually cake. So I think it's because the foundation was so oily underneath, and that's quite a heavily pigmented powder. And the creams are quite oily as well. They're definitely more suited to somebody that doesn't have as oily skin as I do. And next I got this little strobing palette. This little brush came with it. I'm going to use this brush and into the pinky shade, I think. It's actually really nice. I really like that. You only need very little with this product. I'm going to go into a little bit of that white kind of shade and just layer it over it. Sometimes I like to layer highlighters. Okay, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to use the brow palette that I picked up. So I picked up this brow kit. It doesn't actually say what shade it is, it just says brow kit. Sometimes with these brow kits, the browns can be a little bit warm and you know, they come out a little bit kind of gingery looking. And it comes with the little tweezers, which is actually great because I actually really needed tweezers. It comes with a wax, a powder and what looks like a little highlight powder. The brush feels nice and sturdy, but it's got a really strange, I'll show you, curve to it. Okay, the brush is rubbish. I can't get a straight line with that brush. I'm going to go into my regular brush. Okay, so that's the wax on both brows. It's not got a huge amount of pigment, so if you don't like a whole lot of colour through your brows, or it's, you know, a subtle look that you want to go for the daytime, you might like the wax on its own. I'm going to go with the powder and hope that gives me a little bit more of an opaque coverage. Okay, I'm just popping a little bit of this in the back of my hand, and I already know that this isn't going to be good. Okay, so it's definitely given a little bit more coverage, still not as intense as I like to wear it. But if you're somebody that likes a little bit more of a natural brow look, this could be a product that you may like. There's not a huge amount of pigment payoff with it. It's not like, you know, highly pigmented. You do need to use quite a lot of product to build up the colour. I feel like all of these products are either making me shimmery or oily. I'm going to use this eyeshadow palette, the Dusk one that I picked up. Okay, so I'm going to use the centre one as my transition shade. They don't have any names on them. A lot of kick up with these products again. Not a huge amount of colour payoff. Every single eyeshadow in this palette is shimmery. There's no matte shades. Okay, I'm going to go into this bottom purple shade and I'm just going to put that in my outer V of my eye. Pigment's not bad on that, is it? That's actually not a bad eye look. There's so much shimmer though, like I'm literally a disco ball up close. And just using a small little lip brush, I'm going to go into this kind of shade down the bottom. It's kind of like a mushroom taupe kind of a shade. I'm just going to put that on the inner portion of my eye. It's actually the first eyeshadow I've had any fallout with. I'm just going to go into the white shade and pop that in my inner corners. There's a lot of kick up with these shadows though. Can you see it? They're quite powdery. There must be a lot of talc in them. Okay, so I'm going to try out this PS liquid liner. It's got a little small brush in it. It's not like a felt tip. I'll try this one out. Okay, so I've applied the liner. I'm having one of those days where I wanted it to be thin and then it just got thicker and thicker and thicker. So we're having a thick eyeliner day. And I picked up a mascara as well. It's from the PS Pro range as well. It's got a lash out. So I'm going to try this out and I'm going to pop a few falsies on as well. Okay, so it just says it's a long-lasting mascara, that it stays all day. But I've never had a mascara that hasn't stayed all day, so I don't really know what that means. Okay, so I've popped on a few false lashes. I have used these ones. They are my favourite. If you've never tried them and you aren't confident with using false lashes, try these ones. They're so easy to use. I'm now going to use this lip pencil. It is the shade, I think it's Nude. I've just coloured in the whole entire lip using that liner. I'm also going to apply this liquid lipstick that I picked up in Nude. This looks like it's more of a pinky colour. It says liquid lipstick, but it's like a gloss. That's actually quite nice. I really don't like the smell of it though. It's making me feel a bit sick. It reminds me of kids' makeup, the smell. It's not too sticky or anything like that. It is quite a thick gloss though. It's one of those ones on a windy day your hair is going to smear that all over your cheek. You just know it. Okay, so this is my finished look. The full face using Primark makeup. And there are definitely some products that I really rate in the products that I bought. But as a whole, I'm a little bit disappointed. I don't know why I thought that they were going to surprise me or be better than they were, but I really feel like I wasted money. And the ones that I definitely rate are the lip pencil. I've used a lot of their lip pencils and I really like them. And that goes for their eyeliners and everything as well. Their pencils are really good and they're only like $1.50, so they're well worth the money. The Strobe highlighting trio, really liked this one. This is nice. The shades are really pretty in that, and it comes with a little mirror. Like, that's really nice. I like that one. And the lashes. I've said it a million times, I love these lashes. They are amazing. The eyeshadow palette was actually fine. It was only $2.50, and I know that they're all shimmers and there's not a lot of matte, well, there's actually no matte colours in it whatsoever, but for $2.50 it's well worth the money. So that one I liked as well. I'm kind of on the fence with the liquid lipstick. I think it looks nice, it's really nicely pigmented, it's a nice formula, but the smell is really, I don't know if I'd be able to wear this on a regular basis. It's not even a nice sweet smell like the MAC products, you know, they have that kind of vanilla smell. It's like a really synthetic, cheap watermelon scent. I don't know what it is. And the Master Contour Palette, for €8, this is well worth the money. Like, it definitely is. It's just over €1 for each shade, and for the pigment and the quality, this is definitely worth the money. Don't rate the foundation. Don't rate the primer. Don't rate the brow kit. Liquid liner, I prefer my Essence liquid liner, not for me. So I suppose it was kind of half and half. Like, the one that I think is my favourite is the Strobing palette. I really like this, and I would happily add this to my kit and use it on clients as well. So if you found this video helpful at all, or it's helped you decide to buy any of these products, if you were sitting on the fence about them, give me a like, please give me a thumbs up, and if you would like to see me do any more videos like this where I test out budget products, let me know in the comment box down below. I love doing them and I love finding a bargain. So I'll definitely be doing more of these kinds of videos, and I'll see you soon. Bye!